On July 4th, 1947, a strange aircraft had crashed in the desert in New Mexico, America. The area was contained at once by government agents. What it actually was has yet to be proven conclusively. For now, conjecture has become fact, and rumor has become history.
Oh, what do we got?
Into the little land. Do you see what I see?
Hey, Sue!
Way up in the sky, little land. Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
A star,
Take a look at this.
dancing in the night, with a tail as big as a kite.
Oh my God!
With a tail as big as a kite.
I hit Bader. Finally.
In 1945, Vannevar Bush developed a memory expansion concept called Memex. It was a system whereby information recorded on microfilm was then projected directly onto a translucent screen. What he envisioned was the compression and rapid access of information. Even before the advent of computers, Vannevar Bush had already created the basis for our current multimedia explosion, while at the same time, he was leading the Manhattan Project atom bomb experiments.
Anniversary of the information purification directives, we have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of a contradictory thoughts. Our unification of thoughts is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
In 1984, an envelope arrived at the home of TV producer Jamie Shindella. The envelope, from an anonymous source, contained a roll of undeveloped film. The film contained what has now come to be known as the MJ-12 document. Roscoe Hillenkoetter, head of the CIA at the time of the Roswell incident, was at the top of the list of 12 members. It stated that these men signed a secret treaty with extraterrestrials from the spacecraft as a special organization answerable only to the president. It is now accepted that President Truman's signature was in fact a forgery, copied carefully from another document without his knowledge. Named as a member on the MJ-12 document was an MIT professor, head of the Department of Electrical Engineering, Vannevar Bush.
Welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee, and this is Gary Kildall. On our program today, we're going to be talking about networking. It's been a hot topic in the computer industry for years now. In general, networking means the ability to interconnect several computers so that they can share things like peripherals or software or even data. Our guests today are two leaders in this field, Michael Pleiner of SciTech and Charlie Bass of
Conducting sensory deprivation experiments using a variety of techniques, such as Native American narcotics and isolation tanks, to probe the depths of the human unconscious, John C. Lilly believed his experiments connected him to cosmic entities by way of a broad-based communication network. Lilly dubbed the beings that were guiding him ECCO, Earth Coincidence Control Office. Soon afterwards, Lilly began work on communication with dolphins. These dolphins are incredible creatures, which are able to conduct an array of wide-range networking exercises via ultrasonic waves.
Diana places a one-way mirror inside the observation window to test the dolphins.
So now we're looking through a window, and they'll be seeing a mirror.
Dolphins don't behave like this, staying in one place and staring, if they simply meet another dolphin. This suggests they understand that what they're seeing isn't another animal, but a reflection of themselves. One action never normally seen is this curious fin wiggling. It's an example of what scientists call self-directed behavior. Things the dolphins only do when they're looking in the mirror. Other self-directed behaviors, including looking inside their mouths and twisting to see their belly. They are using the mirror like a tool to look at parts of their own bodies they usually can't see.
This looks nothing like what they do when they're socially interacting with another. They perform all sorts of odd behaviors, much like we might do in front of a mirror to see what we look like when we do that new dance step, or when we just want to see how we look in a new outfit, or what we look like when we do a certain behavior. So it's striking to see these things.
Ted Nelson, a scientist who studied under the two cult pioneers Vannevar Bush and John C. Lilly, expanded on their theories. He proposed a giant electronic library in satellites in stationary orbit, which could be used at any terminal on Earth via radio and telephone lines. He called this daring concept that would make an interactive global database a reality, Xanadu, after the mythical country. Also known as the Mongolian Utopia, where all written cultures would be forever preserved and live on for all eternity. This was Xanadu. And so it was the innovative concept called hypertext that would finally make it a reality. And Ted Nelson's name would go down in history as its esteemed originator.
New scientific theories, concepts, and discoveries proliferated and brought about cataclysmic transformations of the world at all levels: technological, social, and cultural. Created in 1954 by some of the protagonists of the 20th century physics revolution, CERN carries today the torch of the virtual circle of knowledge and innovation at an accelerated pace. As distant as it might seem from our daily lives, particle physics has always been a trailblazer for disruptive technologies which have benefited society at large. The invention of the World Wide Web, which was the result of the laboratory's unique collaborative environment, is one of the striking examples. The unprecedented scale and technical requirements of the accelerators, detectors, and computing infrastructure needed by particle physicists for their research has constantly pushed the boundaries of technology. The cutting-edge technologies necessary to build particle accelerators have found applications that go well beyond scientific research. Today, there are over 40,000 accelerators around the world. Only 3% of them are used for fundamental research. The rest are in industry or in hospitals to treat patients.
The Earth, while orbiting the Sun, has its own specific electromagnetic waves. Between the ionosphere and the Earth's surface, there is a constant resonance at a frequency of 8 Hz in the ELF band range of frequencies. This is called the Schumann resonance. However, the extent of the effect on human subjects of these Earth brain waves that the planet constantly gives off is impossible to quantify and remains a mystery. The human population of the Earth is approaching that of the number of neurons in the brain. Douglas Rushkoff proposes that the consciousness of the Earth itself might be awakened when all humans on Earth become collectively networked and resonate at the same frequency. The evolution of the network would follow a neural model path. And just as neurons within the human brain are connected by synapses, the Earth itself would become a single neural network.